The Apocalypse of Peter Explained. Introduction. The Secret Vision on the Mountain. After Jesus rose from the dead, his followers gathered around him on the Mount of Olives. They were worried about the future. Peter came up to Jesus privately with some questions. "Tell us," Peter whispered. "What will happen at the end of the world? What happens to good people? And what happens to bad people when this life is over?" Instead of just telling him, Jesus showed him. He opened Peter's spiritual eyes, and the world around them vanished. Suddenly, Peter was looking straight past the edge of life and into eternity. He was about to see the final judgment, beauty of heaven, and the scary reality of the underworld. Chapter 1. The End of the World. This vision started with the very end of time. Jesus showed Peter that the physical earth would burn away in a massive fire. The mountains would melt like wax, and the oceans would dry up completely. But from the ashes of the old world, a new day began. God commanded the earth and the seas to give back every soul that had ever lived. Every single person who had ever died was put back together. Peter saw a giant, endless valley. All the nations of the earth stood side by side. High above them was a glowing throne surrounded by millions of angels. The great books were opened, and the judgment began, separating the good people from the bad, just like a shepherd separates sheep from the goats. Chapter 2. The Zone of Punishment. Jesus first showed Peter the place where wicked people went. It was a dark, terrifying region filled with unquenchable fire and endless crying. Peter watched in shock as he realized that the punishments fit the bad things people did on earth. First, there were the liars and the cruel talkers. Those people who used their words to hurt others or lie about the innocent were hung by their tongues over a river of fire. Next, there were the cheaters and the phonies. People who faked being good while tricking others were trapped with creepy, crawly worms that never stopped biting them. Then there were the greedy rich. People who hoarded all their money and ignored the poor were forced to roll around on rocks that were sharper than swords, surrounded by hot, smoky ash. And finally, the bullies and the bad leaders. Leaders who mistreated innocent people were thrown into a boiling pit of mud and filth, guarded by an angel of justice. Peter started crying and said, "Lord, it would have been better if these people were never born." But Jesus reminded him that choices matter. They chose to do the dark things in life, and now they are facing the consequences of what they did. Chapter 3. Fields of Paradise. Then Jesus turned Peter away from the dark pit and showed him the upper heavens. The darkness vanished instantly, replaced by a light so bright and beautiful that it was hard to look at. This was the land of the good and faithful. The air smelled like fresh lilies, sweet perfumes, and roses. The ground was perfect, full of giant trees with fruit that never went bad. Peter saw the people living there, the helpers, the kind-hearted, and the peaceful. They all wore clothes made of pure white light, just like the angels. Everyone was smiling, and they walked hand in hand, through the golden fields. In this place, nobody was ever hungry, nobody was sad, and no one ever grew old or died. They sang a beautiful song together, happy to be safe at home. Epilogue, waking up. Slowly the vision began to fade away. The golden fields of heaven, the fires of the dark pit dissolved into the mist. Peter opened his eyes and found himself sitting back on the cold grass of the Mount of Olives, listening to the wind blow through the trees. Jesus looked deeply into Peter's eyes and told him to keep this vision safe, sharing it only with people who were mature enough to understand its true meaning. Peter stood up, completely changed. He realized that how we treat people on earth has an echo that lasts forever. With this powerful story in his heart, he was ready to go out and teach people how to live a true and good life.